Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining early and talking about the food system transformation through entrepreneurship and technology. Food is actually fundamental to our existence. It sustains our bodies, drives our economies, and connects us culturally and socially. But today, the way we grow, distribute, and consume food faces profound challenges. From climate change and resource scarcity to population growth and inequities in access, it's clear that our current food systems need transformation. Traditionally, we looked to farmers as the backbone of food production, and while their role remains critical, the future of food is no longer solely in their hands. It now also rests in the minds of entrepreneurs and innovators who are creating bold solutions to reimagine how food systems operate. Entrepreneurship brings a unique energy to this space. It enables creative solutions and disruptive outdated models and opens the door to new possibilities. Technology, on the other hand, amplifies this potential, offering precision tools and scalable solutions that were unthinkable just a decade ago. Whether it's through AI-driven agriculture, vertical farming, lab-grown proteins, or blockchain-enabled supply chains, the fusion of entrepreneurial spirit and cutting-edge technology is unlocking a future of sustainable, efficient, and equitable food systems. But this isn't just about solving problems, it's about opportunity. The global food sector is one of the most dynamic industries, with billions of dollars flowing into innovations that improve productivity, reduce waste, and address the challenges of feeding a growing population sustainably. Entrepreneurs are seizing this moment, turning challenges into ventures that not only generate but also create a positive impact on people and the planet. As we dive into today's discussion, I encourage you to think beyond the farm fields. Consider how business, science, and technology are coming together to transform our approach to food and how each of us can contribute to shaping this future. Whether as a consumer, an investor, or advocate, we all have a role to play in ensuring food systems that are resilient, sustainable, and inclusive for generations to come. Let's explore these possibilities together. There is an urgency for food system transformation. The food system that sustains life on Earth is facing unprecedented challenges. By 2050, the world's population is expected to grow to reach 10 billion, requiring a 70% increase in food production to meet demand. At the same time, agriculture accounts for nearly a quarter of global greenhouse gas emissions, exacerbating the climate crisis. Adding to this complexity, nearly 1/3 of all food produced, approximately 1.3 billion tons annually, are wasted, while over 800 million people go hungry to bed every day. Water scarcity further actually adds to the crisis, with agriculture consuming 70% of the world's fresh water, much of which is used inefficiently. Additionally, monoculture farming depletes soil health, threatening long-term productivity and biodiversity. These challenges are not just a test of our system, but a call to action for humanity. At the heart of this transformation are two powerful sources: entrepreneurship and technology. Entrepreneurs bring fresh thinking, challenging traditional paradigms with groundbreaking ideas that disrupt inefficiencies and create new opportunities. Think of companies developing plant-based proteins, creating entirely new markets that reduce the environmental footprint of meat production by about 90%, or vertical farms that produce crops using 90% less of water compared to the traditional agriculture. Initiatives like food recovery programs also tackle waste by redirecting surplus food to those in need, addressing hunger while conserving resources. Technology, in turn, equips us with tools to revolutionize the food system, from AI-driven predictive farming to blockchain-enabled supply chain transparency. These innovations help us optimize resources, minimize waste, and democratize access to sustainable solutions. Consider the possibilities of CRISPR gene editing to create climate-resilient crops. Our e-commerce platforms that connect smallholder farms to global markets, bypassing traditional barriers. Today, we will explore the intersection of these catalysts, how entrepreneurs and innovators are leveraging cutting-edge technology to reshape our food system. We'll dive into real-world examples of solutions that are already making an impact, proving that transformation is not just necessary, it's actually happening. As we embark on this journey, I ask you to reflect on this. What role will you play in shaping the future of food? Whether as an innovator, an investor, a policymaker, or an advocate, each of us holds a piece of the solution. Let's challenge ourselves to think boldly and act decisively, because the future of food and the planet depends on it and depends on you. I'd like to have a look at the role of the entrepreneurship, which is often described as the art of turning challenges into opportunities. Nowhere is this more evident than in the realm of food system transformation. Entrepreneurs, with their bold thinking and relentless pursuit of solutions, have become the disruptors of traditional models, reimagining what is possible in a world where food production, distribution, and consumption are fraught with inefficiencies and inequities. Take, for example, the inefficiencies in global supply chains. Traditional systems are often opaque, wasteful, and vulnerable to disruption. Entrepreneurs are leveraging technology to create innovative business models that address these challenges. For instance, Indigo Ag in the United States helps farmers boost crop productivity by using microbial seed treatments while simultaneously developing a carbon marketplace to reward farmers for adopting regenerative practices. Similarly, iFarm in Finland provides automated vertical farming solutions tailored to urban spaces, enabling high-yield production with minimal waste, water, energy, and space usage. Entrepreneurship also plays a pivotal role in addressing local food security. Startups like Gooder in the US combat food waste and hunger by leveraging blockchain technology to redirect surplus food from businesses to non-profit organizations, ensuring that edible food reaches those in need. Additionally, Livestock Wealth in South Africa, for example, enables small-scale farmers to access funding by connecting them with investors through a crowd farming platform, boosting agricultural productivity and rural livelihood. Sustainability, too, is at the heart of this entrepreneurial wave. As consumers demand more transparency and eco-friendly options, entrepreneurs are stepping in with transformative ideas. Consider the rise of alternative proteins. Companies like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods are not just providing healthier, sustainable food options, they're also challenging the very notion of meat production by creating plant-based products indistinguishable from animal proteins. Or innovations in packaging, such as Notepla, seaweed-based edible containers, further address sustainability by reducing single-use plastic waste in the foods industry. The result is a business model that reduces carbon footprint while scaling to meet global demand. These ventures share a common thread. They see complexity not as a barrier, but as an invitation to innovate. They challenge outdated paradigms, build models that prioritize resilience, and often work at the intersection of profit and purpose. Entrepreneurs are not just improving existing systems, they are creating entirely new ones. For instance, small robot company in the UK uses robotics and AI to make precision agriculture more efficient, replacing tractors with smaller, lighter robots to improve soil health and reduce emissions. This is the magic of entrepreneurship. It brings fresh perspective to entrenched problems, combining agility with ambitions to deliver impactful solutions. Entrepreneurship is not just a tool for economic growth, it's a powerful system for societal change. But to harness its full potential, entrepreneurs need ecosystems of support, funding, policy framework, and access to technology. This is where collaboration comes in. Governments, investors, and industry leaders must play their part in nurturing these innovators, ensuring that their ideas can scale and thrive, and it's up to all of us to support them in building a sustainable, equitable, and resilient future. On the other hand, we have technology that has always been a driver of progress. And in the context of food system, it's really a game changer. From the fields where crops are grown to the markets where food is consumed, technology is reshaping every stage of the food chain, enabling solutions that were once unimaginable. Take precision agriculture, for example. Farmers today are leveraging drones, IoT devices, and AI-powered analytics to optimize yields while reducing waste. Drones survey fields in real time, identify areas that need water, fertilizers, or pest control. Sensors embedded in the soil send data directly to the farmer's smartphone, helping them make informed decisions about resource use. AI-driven platforms predict weather patterns and crop diseases, empowering farmers to act proactively rather than reactively. The result, we have higher productivity, lower cost, and a significant reduction in environmental impact. Another transformative area is agri-tech platforms powered by blockchain. Supply chain in the food sectors are notoriously complex, often plagued by inefficiencies and lack of transparency. Blockchain technology here offers a solution by creating immutable decentralized records of transactions. This means that consumers can trace the journey of their food from farm to fork, ensuring safety, ethical sourcing, and fair trade practices. Farmers, in turn, gain access to better markets and command higher prices for verified, sustainable produce. Biotechnology is pushing the boundaries even further. Tools like CRISPR's gene editing are enabling the development of climate-resilient crops that can thrive in extreme conditions, addressing the dual challenge of food security and climate change. Meanwhile, the rise of lab-grown meat is redefining protein production. By cultivating meat directly from animal cells, companies are reducing the need for livestock farming, which is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, and paving the way for a more sustainable food future. Then there are digital markets, which are transforming how smallhold farmers participate in the global economy. Platforms like e-commerce and mobile apps connect these farmers directly to consumers, bypassing middlemen and ensuring fair prices for their products. In many regions, these platforms are also providing farmers with access to financial services, enabling them to invest in better tools and technologies, thereby improving productivity and livelihood. These technologies don't just address the symptoms of a broken system, they tackle its root causes, offering scalable and sustainable solutions. But to unlock their full potential, we need collaboration. Governments must create policies that encourage innovation, investors need to fund these technologies, and communities need to embrace them. The transformative power of technology lies not just in the tools themselves, but in how they're applied to solve real-world problems. Together with entrepreneurship and innovation, technology can help us build food systems that are smarter, more sustainable, and inclusive. A future where no one is left behind and the planet thrives alongside its people. I would like now quickly to show you a few case studies innovative solutions that are not just theoretical. They are actively reshaping food systems across the globe. First, consider AeroFarms in the United States, a pioneer in indoor vertical farming by growing crops in controlled environments using aeroponics. This is a method where plants are misted with nutrient-rich water instead of being grown in soil. AeroFarm uses 95% less water than traditional farming. The vertically stacked farms maximize space, allowing year-round cultivation even in urban spaces. This is not only reducing dependencies on rural land, but also minimizes transport emission and delivers fresh produce to urban centers within hours of harvest. AeroFarm demonstrates how technology can tackle resource scarcity, urban food insecurity, and climate challenges simultaneously, setting a new standard for sustainable farming. Next, let's move to Twiga Foods in Kenya, a mobile-based platform addressing inefficiencies in the food supply chain. Smallhold farmers who often struggle with limited market access and post-harvest losses now use Twiga to connect directly with urban retailers. This eliminates multiple layers of intermediaries, reducing food waste and ensuring fair prices to farmers while lowering cost to consumers. The result is a streamlined supply chain that empowers farmers, strengthens food security, and reduces inefficiencies. Twiga Food exemplifies the power of digital platforms to transform local food economies and create inclusive growth. Finally, in Europe, Bioscience Institute is leveraging the Internet of Things for sustainable crop management. Their IoT-powered farm analytics platform integrates sensors, satellite imagery, and AI to provide farmers with precise, actionable insight. Farmers can monitor soil health, water usage, and crop conditions in real time, enabling them to optimize inputs and reduce waste. By making farmers more data-driven and efficient, bioscience supports sustainable practices that boost yield while minimizing environmental impact. This case highlights, again, how technology can drive smarter decision-making and contribute to long-term agricultural resilience. And just to make sure this is just a few examples, there are hundreds, thousands of more examples out there that are very encouraging. And the success of these ventures offers really one powerful solution, a lesson, which is systemic change in food systems are not insurmountable. With the right combination of entrepreneurial spirit, innovative technology, and supportive ecosystems, transformation is not just possible, it's actually happening. The question is, how can we learn from these successes and adapt their approaches to the unique challenges of our regions? As we move forward, let us take inspiration from these case studies and commit to enabling similar innovation. Now, to close, let's imagine a world where no one goes to bed hungry, where food is abundant and yet produced in harmony with the planet. A world where the journey of every grain, vegetable, or protein from farm to the table is transparent, equitable, and efficient. This is not a distant utopia, it's a future within our reach, one that depends, I say it once more, on collaboration, innovation, inclusivity, and also, I didn't mention it yet, creative way to finance the transition. At the heart of this vision is collaborative ecosystem, one where entrepreneurs, technologists, policymakers, and consumers work together to co-create solutions where capital flows strategically to fuel entrepreneurship, scale technology breakthroughs, and support the most vulnerable. Entrepreneurs are the disruptors. Technologists are the enablers. Policymakers must set the stage, ensuring that these advancements benefit society at large. Consumers, empowered by awareness and choice, will drive the demand for sustainable and ethical food systems. And finally, investors must also step into the spotlight, driving resources towards the innovations and infrastructure that can truly reshape our food systems. This collaborative ecosystem operates at the intersections of science, innovation, capital, and inclusivity. Capital is the engine, while science provides the foundation, offering breakthrough in everything from crop genetics to carbon capture. Innovations translate these discoveries into real-world applications. The stakes couldn't be higher by 2050. I mentioned it before, we must feed 10 billion people sustainably, all while addressing the twin crisis of climate change and resource scarcity. This requires a fundamental transformation of how we think about food, not just as a commodity, but as a cornerstone of health, equity, and environmental stewardship. This vision is not about incremental improvements, it's about redefining what is possible. It's about building systems that are resilient, adaptable, and just. Systems that not only feed the world, but also nourish our planet. Together we can create a future where entrepreneurship and technologies aren't just tools for change, they are catalysts for a food system that sustains life, fosters equality, and protects the earth for generations to come. The future of food is being shaped today. Let's make it one we can be proud of. Thank you.